The supply chain used to work normal and like a clock. The fill rates at the time used to be hovering around the mid-90s, so you get about 93, 94% of whatever you ordered. And it was like that forever. My name is Jose Philippe, and I'm the owner of New Rochelle Farms, located in New Rochelle, New York. About a week before April ended, the fill rates were very low, and customers were then starting to question, what's taking so long, why are your shelves empty? It hovered around 40, sometimes even a little less than that. Just the demand of all the stores ordering at the same time just put a huge burden on distribution centers and manufacturing plants.
My name is Noah Katz. I'm the co-president and chief operating officer of PSK Supermarkets, Foodtown. Our main supplier is C&S Wholesale Grocers. They supply us with most of our product lines, and they've just been doing a terrific job. And you see it here. Look how beautiful and stocked this store is through this crisis.
Everybody has business continuity plans, and we're no different. And we stress test them every year. You know, we have hurricanes in the south, for example, that they really get stress tested. In February, our folks went back to lessons learned from the 08-09 H1N1 pandemic to take those lessons learned. So they started planning in February, but nobody could prepare for this.
We're on the phone every single day, multiple times a day with C&S, coordinating trucks, what's working, what's not working, what's available, when are the trucks coming, are we ahead, are we behind? A lot of communication with our main supplier. If there's a gap in something, we pivot. When things come back into stock, we go back to the normal stock.
A grocery wholesaler connects manufacturers with grocery stores to move product in the most efficient way possible. We receive truckload quantities of product from manufacturers, put it away into our warehouse, and then when a retailer puts in a purchase order for products, they'll put it in from, say, 20 or 30 different manufacturers. The retailer gets one delivery with multiple products, multiple manufacturers, instead of 20 deliveries from 20 different manufacturers.
C&S Wholesalers is our provider of goods. We were in constant communication with them. They were letting us know that next week your total limit could be X amount of cases on your total order, and so we could adjust accordingly.
Pre-pandemic, we were shipping about 4 million cases a day. It spiked up on average over 5 million cases we were shipping, so that's about 25, 30%. We had a couple days where we shipped 50, 60% more than the 4 million.
I went from about a 40-hour work week to about a 55 to 60-hour work week. So that's how much more materials and merchandise we've been shipping from out of this complex.
I think before the pandemic, people didn't appreciate the food workers like they should have. Unfortunately, it took a pandemic for it to shine a light on how essential they are just to keep America moving.
In my faith, it's just in me to, go above and beyond to help the community. And part of me as a professional truck driver it's my duty that, just like a doctor or a nurse, it's my position to do what I was supposed to do as my occupation. My father drove tractor trailer for a railroad for about almost 40 years, and I have almost 40 years with this company. So I guess it's just in my blood.
This is one of my best customers. He's been here since day one.
Yep.
Pandemic or no pandemic, he's in here shopping all the time.
Every day.
Now in early June, things have changed quite a bit. Our fill rates now hover around the high 80s. If there's a second wave, we're going to be prepared. We know what it's like now. So we can start really revving up some of our ordering and increase our supply in case it happens again.
I think in hindsight, the waves of buying that we saw actually make sense. So the first wave was around shelf-stable products, stuff that you can pantry load. The second wave was around cooking materials and baking, now that everybody's been at home for an extended period of time and baking. The third wave with proteins was driven just due to the manual nature of production. So it's not a surprise that they would be hit with some of the concerns around COVID. As we look forward, there are some one-offs I'm worried about. Soup, for example. This time of year is typically when the manufacturers build inventory for the winter. So they're not able to do that because the soup has been one of the staples people are buying. When we get to the winter, we're not going to have as much soup available on the shelves as we did, say, last year.